On November the 21st to November the 27th, can you back up a little bit?
I feel like you zoomed in on my nose for some reason.
Start over.
So, from November the 21st to November the 27th, I ran across the state of Alabama. This all started from when I was 15. I didn't have any plan, and it went about as well as you think it would go. 10 years later, I done got experience planning missions for the military. I done got way more experience with running. And 10 years later, I took another crack at it. I ran across the state of Alabama thanks to the help of a man named Raymond Alvarez. He is a current Ranger and former Ranger instructor for the United States Army. And he currently works over at Fort Benning. And sorry if I sound like I'm shivering right now, it's still winter time. I wanted to organize this video together to go over what went right and what went wrong and what are a few things that I could have improved on. The first thing I'm going to talk about is sleeping accommodations. And the reason that went right was thanks to Raymond Alvarez. For the most part, I had Raymond taking care of this for me. But if I was to plan another run, I would definitely plan out the sleeping accommodations better. Timing. Everything was on time except the first day. And let me tell you why that was, okay? Because Greyhound is like a homeless shelter on wheels. It was 3 o'clock in the morning by the time I reached the Amtrak Union bus station in Meridian, Mississippi. The plan was to get an Uber or a Lyft from that bus station all the way to the state line. I would just give them, $40 under the table. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, after all those delays from Greyhound, there's nobody on Uber or Lyft available to give me a ride. So, guess what I ended up having to do? I had to run 18 miles from the Amtrak Union bus station in Meridian, Mississippi, all the way to the state line between Meridian, Mississippi and Tumscuba, Mississippi, to be more particular. Tumscuba, Mississippi and Cuba, Alabama. By the way, I know I didn't mention any of this, but I was wearing a tuxedo through all of that. I know that was a very crucial detail that I forgot to mention, but yes, I was wearing a tuxedo. I had planned to wear a tuxedo the entire run, okay, but I only made it 16 miles past the state line. Once I had passed the state line, it just began raining so bad. And weather is not something that can very easily be planned for. It doesn't matter if you go off of statistics from last month's weather. The weatherman ain't always right, homie. Another thing was I was going to carry a flag. But after I knew that the rain was going to be that bad, I said, no, I cannot carry a flag. It's a bad idea. Obviously, I wasn't going to carry a flag because the first day was just nothing but pouring rain. After I'd passed that state line, it was all just pouring rain. And I'd only made it 16 miles past the state line before I just dropped the tuxedo. I swear to God, I was naked under a bridge, just waddling around. My thighs are chafing and bleeding. I know this is too much information for you, but you're the one that kept watching this video after hearing this shit. All right, so don't blame me. Route planning. So, we used topographical data of crime statistics to plan a route around the bottom of Montgomery to get around it through an area called Pike Road, which I had never discovered before, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. I love running. That was my favorite part of the entire run because I had just come out of Montgomery, and I swear to God, I stayed at this Bobo ghetto. Help me out, Steve. Steve said the N-word, but I'm going to edit it out.
I did not say the N-word.
Team building is probably one of my biggest weaknesses in any kind of group project. That being because I'm not particularly... I am a social person, but I'm not the type of person that's very comfortable with asking people for things. And that's always been my biggest flaw with team building, because you've got to be able to ask people, hey, what do you bring to the table, and what can you bring to this project, skills and abilities wise, and what can you provide for me during this journey? And so that was really hard for me to do, but I managed to finally do it, and that's how I ended up running into Raymond Alvarez. If I was to plan another run across the state, I would definitely reach out to a lot more people and a lot more venues to get more features, should I say, for that run. And all of this to say, that I am now planning a run across Tennessee, starting from the south state line to the north state line. Approximately 63 miles per day. I think I can get it done in 3 days. And if you would like to donate to that, here is my Venmo. I'll also leave it in the bio. And I'm going to be advertising this run in future videos too, so be on the lookout for that. I'd like to thank everybody that's looked out for me for the Run Across Alabama, and I would like to thank future donors for the Run Across Tennessee. And I definitely would like to thank all of my viewers for my TikTok channel already, and being able to welcome this new content that's going to be coming onto the channel. I'm still going to be doing guitar videos, but I'm also going to be doing running videos too. So be on the lookout for that. And with all that being said, stay safe, take it easy.